Hey guys, okay. Hey guys, welcome back. Or if you're new, how's your week been? Mine's been good. Mine went like this. That's literally off screen. So sorry about that, but today's the day. It's been about, 2 weeks since my last book review, and now it's time to do it. BioShock Rapture Book Review. Spoilers. And I'm gonna just hop into it, and don't worry, unlike the last video, we got our characters back. Yeah, baby. Let's go, I guess. So, this book starts out with a police officer named Bill. Hello. This will be Bill. And Bill meets a guy named Andrew Ryan. Now, if you don't know who this is, he's basically the creator of Rapture. And he was talking to Bill, and he's like, "Man, this place is falling apart, Bill. You're a security officer. Why don't you be a security officer in Rapture? But there is a rule. I'm gonna tell this to everyone. Once you're there, you ain't ever leaving, pal. Sorry, that's the rules." Hold on. Okay. So he's basically like, once you're there, you ain't leaving. And you get some other characters. You get his wife too, Ellen. All right, V, you'll be Ellen. And they're gonna have a kid, Sophia. Good for them. And there's also the one dude from the first game, Sander Cohen. He's in this too. And Diana, characters from the game, are in this book. And we have this one part where the guy is doing makeup. In the first BioShock game, the one dude was doing his was stitching and like trying to make him beautiful. And when he's like, "Do you like it?" and then she's like, "Yeah, I love it." And then he's thinking in his brain like, "Just let me get that one part. Let me get that one ugly part, right, like a mole or like one line, please. I'm begging you." So yeah, the ships do their job and deliver stuff to the bottom of the ocean because that's where Rapture takes place. So good job. But we get this man, Frank Fontaine. Oh, there'll probably be spoilers in this book for the game too, because it's a prequel, by the way. It's a prequel to the first game. Forgot to mention that. So there's probably gonna be spoilers for the game too. Frank Fontaine. And basically he just wants to overthrow Andrew Ryan because he thinks he sucks. He thinks Andrew Ryan is god awful. And I'm gonna be honest, Andrew Ryan, bro, no. I get it, honestly. Andrew Ryan, there's nothing, he's not like a really good dude, in my opinion. Even, I don't, but I do gotta tell you this. There's a detail in here that Andrew Ryan is actually Russian. And that's just his, like, American name or something. Just wanted to let you all know that. So yeah, since the Frank Fontaine, ever since he appeared, he talks to the one dude. He's like, "Hey, I need you to make this person look exactly like me. No questions about it either. Okay? Okay, I'll do it." And it works. And we see the creation of the plasmas because there's been a lot of danger there. So he's like, "Here, this will help you be strong. You'll be able to go faster, shoot electricity." There's this one part where I think Bill was in it. He's like trying to stop it and like Andrew Ryan's like, "You need to get this thing in control, Bill." He's like, "Okay, I got it." So then he goes over there, and then electricity just like somebody's shooting electricity, and they almost got killed in there. Another part was when earlier in the book, um, they're like in this area or something, and Bill saves Andrew Ryan and this other person, and the person's like, "Oh, thank God," and then Andrew Ryan's like, don't thank him, thank Bill, because Andrew Ryan doesn't let Bibles. There's like no Bibles allowed. in Rapture and like no religion in there at all. And Bill's like, I don't understand that, but I'm not really religious, but I don't understand that. That's what Bill is thinking. There's also the reason they're called Adam, like you need Adam and there's like Eve or whatever, based on the Bible characters, which I never thought about until I read it in this book. So, yeah. So, yeah, that's where the name is from because, from the first two humans in in the world. So, that's pretty cool. You also see the sea slugs or whatever, and they're talking about it and talking to Frank and they're like, "Dude, this is very good. They don't get too well. The slugs don't get in the adults, and it doesn't really get in uh, the little brothers either. So, but really only the little sisters, or like just the little orphans, not little sisters, but that's what they're called in the games. I don't know if they were called that in this book, but just they usually call them little sister orphans or whatever. So he's like, okay, we'll just keep doing that then." So why is some of these people working for Frank? Well, he basically gave them a deal. You work for me, and I would treat you better than Andrew Ryan, and Andrew Ryan's a scumbag. Why would you want to work for such a loser? He's a crook. I'm a good guy. That's what Frank Fontaine it was like. And some of the people who believe him, people who were working with Andrew Ryan, they met up with not Frank Fontaine. They actually met up with Atlas. But spoilers for not only I guess this book, but also the first video game, Atlas literally is actually the real Frank Fontaine. Since they think Frank Fontaine is dead or something like that. Cause I'm pretty sure there's a scene with Bill. Hey, come back, Bill. Bill's here and he's like, I'm here to save the day. Let's go. And he's looking around for Frank Fontaine and he's like, there he is. There's like a water like breaks that in to like wherever they're at. And I think it kills at least one of the pals. Or maybe they were just going after a splicer in this scene. There is a scene where he goes after Frank Fontaine. So let me take that back. There's a scene that was with just a normal splicer. My bad. So they go looking for Frank Fontaine. Bill does. And Bill actually has to fight a lot of splicers. They're having a shootout, and Bill actually shoots Frank Fontaine. Oh yeah, got him. Got that pal, yeah. Ew. But there's too many, so you can't. So they're basically like, yep, time to go. Zoink. Yeah, so that sucks for them. There was also the girl. I think it was Diana, if I remember correctly. Diana basically just said, I used to work with Andrew Ryan, but I've lost a lot of trust in him. Used to help me out or something. And then when I met Atlas at like this area, because I've been looking all over for him, I met him, we talked, we had a good time. I wrote you this letter because I'm not working with you anymore. I'm joining Atlas crew. Sorry. And he's not very happy about that. He rips the paper up in pieces when he hears that devastating news. And Bill is like, man, I don't know, man. This doesn't seem safe. And Andrew Ryan's like, come on, bro. Me and you, we had each other's backs. Excuse me. I was trusting you in everything. And you're just gonna leave me? Yeah, alright, pal. Sorry. I'm gonna try and get out of here. That's exactly what he does. He tries to bring him, his wife, and his daughter, tries to get out of there. That doesn't work, though. So, but they only needed to go after Bill. And Bill is like, all right, please, we've had some history in the past. We've worked together. Please, just take me. Let them go. And, that's what they're thinking. They're like, well, we were told just to get you, Bill. Just you, Bill. But we weren't told to get Ellen and Sophia, your wife and kids, so yeah. Alright, fine. Alright, we're basically gonna crucify you or like tie you up. Andrew Ryan is not here though, Bill. Because he doesn't want to see his old friend get killed. Huh. Bit surprised. So let me tell you this. I forgot to mention this. Earlier, Bill goes up to Andrew Ryan and points a gun at him, and he says that one quote, Andrew Ryan from the game, like, a slave obeys, a man makes a choice, or something like that. And he's like, you ain't got the guts. And he does hit him with the gun. He, like, grabs the gun and smacks him in the head, knocks him out. He does not kill Andrew Ryan. He's thinking to himself, man, maybe I should have. And he's like, oh, guess it's time to die. And he gets shot and killed. Rest in peace, Bill. Another thing is, we have not even talked about the Big Daddies. How are they made? Or what are they, really? Well, they're people. Well, see, the Little Sisters don't like going with normal people, basically. They don't like being around the Splicers. They need somebody that's kind of funny. And they think the Big Daddies are. They're like people who tried to escape Rapture, or people who are just, let's just say criminals, or, doing bad things in Rapture. So, yeah, hold on. Oh, my back is killing me, but that's not the reason I paused. Got something, like, some hair was, like, bothering me. So, yeah, we get that. The reason why they're made, and they're still human, but they're like being mind controlled. Like they're metal. There's like metal in them. Their brain is just to follow and protect the Little Sisters. So basically, they are still human. By the way, that's basically what a Big Daddy is. They do explain that, and you get to even see Bill as well gets to see a Big Daddy kill a splicer that was trying to attack one of the Little Sisters. And he's like, when they use the drill, because if you don't know, one of the Big Daddies has like a drill for a hand. He basically drills the splicer up in the air and just cuts him in half with the drill. And Bill's like, oh my god, this is horrible. So yeah, honestly, I think that's all I got as of right now. There is probably things I did miss. I'm not gonna lie. There's probably things I did miss in this story, or I can't think of while making this video. So overall, I do recommend it. It's not as good as the first BioShock game. I don't even think I would say it's better than BioShock 2, but I will say I do prefer this over BioShock Infinite, which isn't a fair criticism because I haven't even finished that game. When will I ever go back to that game? It's time for me to do that. Sorry if you hear my dog. I think I need to go back and play BioShock Infinite because I only made one video and then just basically never played it ever again. What the heck, Jacob? But yeah, if you're a fan of the city Rapture or the fan of BioShock, then I say this is worth your time. If you don't really care about Rapture or BioShock, probably not. But honestly, I don't know. I'd give it a solid 8.3 out of 10. It was a good read. Good enough for me. I recommend it. And I do want to say thank you two for being examples once again. So yeah, that's all I have for today. Maybe hit that like, subscribe. Oh, wait. I actually need to get something. I almost forgot about this. Oh my gosh, I almost was about to end the video, but I almost forgot. My next book review, well, this is the planned. This isn't like a guarantee, by the way, but this is what I'm thinking. The Reagan I Knew. And if it's not this, then it's probably a Goosebumps book. So yeah, this will probably be the next book review. Now I can actually end the video. So maybe actually hit that for real this time. So maybe hit that like, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.